Nobody ever came to this search with a clear idea of what they were looking for. For centuries, we were told Cleopatra was the most beautiful woman in history. But new DNA analysis and forensic science suggest a far more unsettling possibility. The last pharaoh may not have been a beauty icon at all. She may have been a genetic time bomb. Cleopatra's greatest battle may not have been against Rome, but against her own biology. And the clues to that truth have been hiding in plain sight for 2,000 years. For millennia, the sands of Egypt have guarded one specific secret, the final resting place of Cleopatra. Most scholars believe her tomb was lost beneath modern Alexandria, swallowed by earthquakes and rising seas. But for more than 20 years, one woman challenged that assumption. Kathleen Martinez, a criminal lawyer turned archaeologist, approached Cleopatra's disappearance not as legend, but as a cold case. While others searched the city, Martinez followed the evidence west, to a forgotten temple called Taposiris Magna. In 2022, her persistence paid off. Beneath solid limestone, her team uncovered something extraordinary, a massive tunnel carved through bedrock, stretching over 4,000 feet toward the Mediterranean Sea. Engineers called it a geometric miracle. This was no minor construction. You do not carve a mile-long underground passage unless what lies at the end is of immense importance. Nearby discoveries of a sunken port suggest this temple was once a major hub. Martinez believes the tunnel leads to Cleopatra's final sanctuary, a tomb designed to be hidden forever. Inside the temple complex, the discoveries grew darker. 16 rock-cut tombs held mummies unlike any others. Inside their mouths were gold amulets shaped like tongues. In Egyptian belief, the dead needed to speak to Osiris in the afterlife. A golden tongue granted divine speech. Martinez believes these were not random elites, but Cleopatra's inner circle, buried here to announce their queen's arrival in death. This was not a graveyard, it was a royal court, frozen in time. While Cleopatra's body remains undiscovered, science turned to another source, her sister. Arsinoe IV was Cleopatra's greatest rival. When Caesar arrived in Egypt, Arsinoe had forces against him and briefly trapped him in Alexandria. She was captured, paraded in Rome, and exiled to the Temple of Artemis in Ephesus. In 41 BCE, Cleopatra ordered her assassination on sacred ground. That crime left a location. In the early 20th century, archaeologists discovered a tomb in Ephesus known as the Octagon. Inside was a young skeleton. For decades, scholars believed these were the remains of Arsinoe, offering a genetic window into Cleopatra herself. But science intervened. Advanced analysis conducted in the 2020s revealed the truth. The skeleton was not Arsinoe. It was not even female. DNA extracted from the densest part of the skull revealed a Y chromosome. The remains belonged to an adolescent boy suffering from severe developmental disorders. His genetic markers traced to southern Europe, not Egypt. The Octagon was not evidence of Cleopatra's lineage. It was a tragic misidentification that collapsed a century of assumptions. With that illusion gone, history directs us back to Cleopatra's family tree, and it is a disturbing one. The Ptolemaic dynasty ruled Egypt but practiced extreme close-kin marriage to preserve power. Siblings married siblings. Uncles married nieces. Cleopatra herself was the product of generations of inbreeding, a phenomenon known as pedigree collapse. Geneticists estimate her inbreeding coefficient exceeded 40%, far higher than even the most infamous royal families of Europe. Such conditions typically produce deformity, illness, and early death. And yet Cleopatra was brilliant, multilingual, charismatic, and politically dominant. How did she function? Medical historians suggest she may have suffered from inherited metabolic or thyroid disorders, including conditions resembling Graves' disease. Symptoms include manic energy, insomnia, rapid speech, and extreme drive traits often celebrated in Cleopatra as genius. Egypt was also the pharmaceutical capital of the ancient world. Cleopatra was known to study chemistry and medicine. She wrote treatises on cosmetics and remedies. If she lived with chronic pain or metabolic instability, she had access to opium, sedative incense, and psychoactive plants like blue lotus. Her beauty may not have been natural, it may have been engineered. Her charisma may have been chemically sustained. Cosmetics were not vanity, they were camouflage. Coal could reshape eyes, jewelry could hide swelling, perfume could soothe disease. Cleopatra may have been history's first biohacker or ruler using science, art, and chemistry to mask a failing body while projecting divine authority. And so we return to Taposiris Magna. Beneath the earth, Kathleen Martinez continues to dig. If Cleopatra's tomb is ever found, it may not reveal a goddess or a seductress. It may reveal a survivor. A woman who ruled through intellect while fighting her own DNA. A medical archive, not a myth. Finding Cleopatra will not just rewrite history. It will challenge how we understand power, beauty, and survival in the ancient world. The truth waiting underground may be far more unsettling and far more impressive than the legend we inherited. If Cleopatra was not beautiful, but brilliant in spite of genetic ruin, does that diminish her legacy or elevate it? The tomb remains sealed, for now.